Howdy, gang. We are alive again. This early morning, by Alaska Standard Time anyway, of January 16th, 2023. Time is now 5:19 a.m. Alaska Standard Time. And I am testing out, apparently while I was absent, Xbox and Twitch decided to move things off of Twitch and onto the Xbox. So now when I want to live stream off my Xbox, I gotta just go to the capture and whatever stream tab on the Xbox. Apparently, they apparently streamline it for us, so we don't have to keep on logging into Twitch to stream onto the Xbox. You can just go right to your capture and tab or your capture and stream tab on your Xbox to do it. So, in theory, I'm going to try it out here. And I just picked a random game, and I figured, well, you know what? I haven't played Final Fantasy VII in ages. Um, I I I bought this game because it was on the cheap about a month or two ago, I think. It was like $6. I was like, well, why the hell not? So I just picked it up and never really played it since, oh my gosh, years ago. We're talking like maybe 7 years ago. So I figured, well, hell, it's been that long, and it's a brand new game on my Xbox anyway. I might as well just try it out again, play it again to reminisce. We definitely aren't going to have enough time to play it through today. That would take a while, but I'm just going to start playing and go from there and chat with y'all. I haven't chatted with y'all in a while. I've been really super busy lately, and well, let's just go. Here we are, little chocobo running. I believe this is the enhanced version of the old school FF7 game, the one with all the cheats. I think it's like the PC version that they ported over to the Xbox, not the original PlayStation 1 version. Let's sit through all this cutesy Super Nintendo music. Sorry, I had to step away for a bit there, eating my breakfast. Popcorn and Mountain Dew, hell yeah. It's like the good old days of Halo 2001. New game, this shit here, and quick review here of where the buttons are. See, I've never played this on the Xbox before, so supposedly a PlayStation exclusive for a long time, and then PC got it, and then Xbox eventually got it. So I scored a PS5 about a month ago for my early Christmas present, and I was able to port over a bunch of my PS4 Pro games, which included this game, and I stopped playing after a while because it just got I can't remember why. I think I got. I was at the Golden something park or whatever, and it's like a big maze in there, and I just got tired of trying to figure it out. And I don't use I don't have those uh, handy cheat books that we had back in the late '90s, so-called strategy guides. So I just like I said, we're not gonna play through this game. Obviously, I'm just gonna play for a while and get a feel for this new feature that they added to Xbox, the capture and stream tab. If it's as cool as it sounds and if it works, then I'm definitely gonna start streaming off my Xbox more often. Kind of been neglecting my Xbox for a little while because my PS5 is like my new toy, you know. And yeah, I had the holidays, wife, kids, Christmas, and all that stuff. And I'm just trying to get back into the groove of things. Soul Aerith. I guess I'm one of the few people that was not impressed with the FF7 remake. You're paying full price for only like a third of the game. A third of this game. This game's complete. Play the whole damn plot story. This game. Those good old 1997 graphics. I remember when I first bought this in September of '97. I was like, wow, these are the best graphics ever. They're never gonna top this. Forget what the PC features added. What is that? Can't read that. Hold on. Remember, folks, you are dealing with a boomer. We turned 50 this year. I cannot read what that says on the TV. I'm gonna get my glasses. Hold on. I guess, I gotta read the instructions. Whatever that one button does again. I got power boost. Oh, look, I leveled up. For everybody. I mean, everybody's played this game. If you haven't, then I mean, you're only just depriving yourself. I would recommend playing this game over the remake. I have the remake on my PS4, PS5 now, but we're just gonna call ourselves what we are. So, not enough room to add the unruly, so I'll just do that. The hell do you all do? They made they made Garrett's like dialogue so like not necessarily like racist, but very stereotypical. I always envision him his voice like sounding like Mr. T. Yeah. Or even more, or even better, like you know, like Eddie Murphy's version of Mr. T. Hey boy, you look mighty cute in them jeans. Now get on over here. Now leave it. I did have the version of back in 1997, these graphics were just revolutionary. Nowadays, they might seem very antiquated. Speed through all this book. I'd do that if I was not live streaming. I mean, look how stupid this is. Even normal for y'all. Make the live stream. Thing is up there. Oh, I know that cheap mutt there. My little break I was on. Should I keep cheating or? Well, how to get through this live stream a little quicker. Also, no. I don't know. Kind of a tough call here. How fast do I want to make the live stream for you? How quickly do I want to get through the plot here? Really, I remember when this game came out, like it was, I guess it was 1997, that was a while back, 26 years ago now. How fast time flies when you're having fun. Resident Evil Corporation. That was a big thing for the 90s. I remember that the evil corporations would just come or begin to realize, the younger generation begin to realize that corporations control everything. And, super evil and all that stuff. At least that's how Hollywood was treated. And as the 2000s came along, like that Resident Evil movie that came out, they totally like wrecked the plot of the video game. They made the Umbrella Corporation. Or the focus was more on the I'm thinking live streaming, maybe I shouldn't cheat, but you've played this game before. I know you have. If you're watching this, I know you've played it before. Really, you know what's gonna happen. It's like me cheating on doing a live stream of Pac-Man. Yeah. Or I know you play it. You're a gamer. If you're not a gamer, you play those games. I know you play them. The stream capture on Xbox Live works. That Twitch light is on. That Twitch light light. Mini boss. The latter parts will speed up. See, I played the game on the Xbox before. I guess I crossed that. That was like dirt. The minigun on the ground. Or the minigun that was his own. It reminded me of Mortal Kombat when Mortal Kombat 3. Turns, it could just speed everything up. Actually, it's kind of cool. It's at least what, 60 frames per second. Funny, yeah. I remember back in 1998, I never actually finished this game. I imagine making it to the and I remember I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough. Area. Watching the news lately. They found a bunch of classified, documents under Joe's garage in one of his houses. Apparently would have been collected when he was the vice president under Obama. It's already been confirmed, and of course the legacy media is underreported. House Republicans started an investigation on it, supposedly. It's really a lot of them are all part of the same club. Okay, the whole story. Here's how it goes. Some family got running around and Joe's one of the garages of Joe's houses. Somebody found out. The news broke. Remember when the Biden administration conducted the raid on home at Mar-a-Lago? Back in August. those are secure documents. He was dealing with we're in the process of dealing with the FBI, the National Archives people, in the process of returning those documents. With him unclassified. He was still a president until noon of January 20th of 2021. Before noon of January 20th, 2021, Trump was still our president, so he still had the authority to declassify those documents. Because he's a president. You know, he doesn't answer to anybody else, but, you know, in terms of being the commander-in-chief, who does the chief answer to? Okay. Said the American people. That only applies to. I mean, it doesn't apply to matters like in terms of classified information. The American public has nothing to do with classified information. You and I have nothing. No, we have no authority over classified information. That's strictly involving, you know, the president, the Pentagon, the higher-ups of our government. It does not involve the American people. So the news lied to you when they said that the president answers to the American people. He's not above the law. When it comes to classified documents, those classified documents belong to us, the American people. No, they do not. When they're classified, they do not belong to you and me. They belong to the government. Okay, let's get that out of the way. You and I are nothing when it comes to classified documents. We have no authority over that. Where Trump, when he declassified them, we have to assume he did, because they otherwise they would have nailed his ass a long time ago over it. And the whole J6 committee, which turned out to be a bust, it's no longer relevant. So we have a new Congress now. The J6 committee is basically null and void. So forget about them. They're gone. The J6 committee is gone. They're not. Nothing's going to happen there. The difference between Trump's situation and the Biden situation, the whole garage classified document situation, is that Trump was our president when he took those documents, classified or declassified. Okay, those documents were secure in a secure location at Mar-a-Lago. Okay, they were secure. They were secured in a vault. There were Secret Service agents all around that place, because Trump has a lifetime entourage of Secret Service agents at his behest, you know. And whereas with the Biden garage classified document situation, those were taken when he was the vice president of America. The vice president has no authority over classified documents. That strictly goes to the president. Okay, he had no authority to take those documents with him. He was the vice president. He was like the assistant, you know. He had no presidential authority to either declassify those documents or take them with him out of the White House when he left office, or when Obama left office. And they were also kept in an unsecure location in his garage, in a bunch of little cardboard boxes and shit that's laying around his garage. You know, like how you pack away your Christmas stuff, you know, in the garage and shit like that. So, big difference between Trump's situation and the Biden situation. Never mind the hypocrisy, okay? Never mind the hypocrisy. Forget the hypocrisy. It's not even relevant. I mean, we already know that it's there. It's obvious. You know, Biden is probably twice as guilty now as Trump is, because Biden was the vice president when he took those documents, those classified documents, which are still classified, by the way. I mean, think about that. Did Obama know that Vice President Joe Biden took those classified documents out of the White House? If Obama knew that this happened, then at the very least he's an accessory to a crime. But we would have to assume that Obama did not know. And if he did not know, then Obama could not have declassified those documents. So those documents were still classified when they're sitting there in Vice President Joe Biden's garage, at Hunter Biden's disposal. I'm sure he knew they were there. I'm sure he's the one that took them there. Probably sold a bunch of classified documents to some overseas nations to support his crack habit. You all know that Hunter Biden's a crackhead, fucking drug addict. And he's a junkie. He's buying hookers. He's buying or trafficking young girls and all that crap. Because this is all on his laptop. And the laptop information leaked onto the internet a while back, and now you have CNN and CBS acknowledging that the Hunter Biden's laptop exists. The FBI acknowledged that it exists, that they do have it in possession. So this is no longer a conspiracy theory or whatever that's worth banning people off of social media for by the so-called fact checkers. No, this is truth. This is fact. And right now, President Joe Biden is in a lot of hot water over this, and investigations are still going on. In fact, they're right in the midst of it now that we have a new Congress. So think about that. Keep a close eye on the news. Keep a close eye on what's going to happen to the whole Biden crime family in the near future, especially once they disclose what was on Biden's laptop. So once the DOJ, the Department of Justice, discloses that information, which are going to happen. Congress tells them, or if the House Republicans tell them that they have to disclose that information, then they have to disclose that information to the American public. All those people that were kicked off of various social media platforms in the past for merely mentioning Hunter Biden's laptop. I believe some vindication is in order. Do that one. Oh, here we are. Excuse me. The thing I hate the most about this game and maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Oh, let me check on these buttons. I remember one of them showed all the exits and entrances. Well, there was a way to find them all. this, I might be able to get through the whole game anyway. And one nice one, I got it. The cutscenes were so, they're considered so revolutionary that people were just like in awe of this game. At the time, it was putting the PlayStation 1 to its limits, really pushing its limits. And remember the original PlayStation 1 game came on 4 discs. 4 discs. And big PlayStation, like a dual box, one of those. I remember what it was. And I missed the PC version. I skipped over that one. It's available now. It's on the Steam website. You can buy it really cheap, like $7. How many versions of this game do I really want to own? joined a band of eco-terrorists. This is when people were just getting woken up to the fact, or to the idea of global warming. You gotta kind of search for the exit, so to speak. These types of graphics here, because they were so quote-unquote revolutionary, you didn't really know where you're supposed to go. That's really what made this game. One of the frustrating parts about this game. But to me, anyway. See, like most people don't give a shit about it. I do. I can be an impatient person sometimes. Oh, okay. He likes this kind of stuff. Bonds and watermelons, flashy stuff. This is where they were showing off the revolutionary graphics. Remember before this was Final Fantasy VI, so on the Super Nintendo in America, it was Final Fantasy III. And we had your typical top sprites, whatnot. My personal opinion though, Final Fantasy VI had the best overall plot. The whole storyline was written so well. In my opinion, the entire series, the Final Fantasy series, no other game topped Final Fantasy VI in terms of its story writing. I mean, the dialogue, the characters, everything about that game was magical. And I might even vouch for that. In my opinion, the storyline of Final Fantasy writing is superior to this game. Obviously, the graphics of this game is superior to that game because they went entirely a different road. This is the first 3D version, or the first 3D Final Fantasy series. That's what people love the most about it. And playing the remake where they completely changed combat system, try to make this huge movie cinematic spectacle out of it. I don't know, it didn't rub me the right way. And plus, when you're only playing on a third of the game, there's going to be 3 chapters. 7. We're still working on chapter 2. I need to get back into that game, I guess. bought it like during the pandemic, like when it launched in 2020. You remember when it launched in Animal Crossing? Or around that time? Oh, you know. Remake came, Final Fantasy VII remake came right before it. So. April 2020 was not a good time. Everybody was told not to go outside. We're stuck in home. Got nothing to do. Laid off my job. Kid. It's cheaper for me to stay home with him and try to work a part-time job somewhere and put him in childcare. My wife had not arrived yet from overseas. That's not financially a better option. I hated it because I hate people. Getting that check from the government. Like that one song by Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's a first of the month. It's a first of the month. As Chris Rock said, it was like a welfare song. We make songs about welfare now. Might as well keep bragging about that guy. I take care of my kids. Chris Rock. You're supposed to, you dumbass. I guess you gotta understand the 90s. There are a lot of the college kids that used to let it be kind of all the show. If you don't know who Beavis and Butthead is, remember that. But back then, college kids were all just beginning to get what nowadays we call woke. Back when we had the Vice President Al Gore making a big hype about the environment and climate change. Back then it was still called global warming. wasn't called climate change until I think the 2000s. They had to change the wording a bit because they had trouble explaining why some parts of the world was warmer, while or appear to be getting warmer, while other parts of the world appear to be getting cooler. And when they try to blame cold weather on global warming, kind of like defeated their argument. So they had to change the wording a bit. So I right around the late 90s, early 2000s is when they started rewording it, calling it climate change. Which, of course, there's an easy explanation for why some parts of the world were getting hotter and other parts of the world were getting cooler. Was you know, I mean, the world goes through different cycles, and you know, the tides and the jet stream that we always hear about in the weather, they all play a part in that. And I had a theory too. Remember that big ass earthquake, undersea earthquake that caused that huge tsunami that killed at least a couple 100,000 people in the South Pacific? A big ass tsunami that hit like towards the ass end of 2004. Well, my theory is that is somehow just kind of like altered the sea currents in that part of the world. Because the sea currents play a big part in how the overall climate, like functions. And my theory is that such a huge undersea disruption that it altered the sea currents, which in turn altered the climate in the world. Hence, since then, ever since, we've been noticing hotter weather. Jacking off or something? What was wrong with him? He was jerking off 10 times a day. Hell yeah, at least 10 times a day. That's a movie quote. You can guess that movie. The name of the movie where that movie quote came from, I'll give you a virtual cookie. I'll say it again. What was wrong with him? He was jerking off 10 times a day. No shit. At least 10 times a day. That's a correct quote. The first one is incorrect. Give you Google time to look that up. Tell you a little bit. Let you know if you're right. Look at those 1997 graphics. That was probably drawn in like 1995 or 1996 or something. Ah, yes, the cliche heart of gold and moral support. I'm supposed to do. Okay, I'll say it one more time. I'll reveal the answer. The movie quote, what was wrong with him? He was jerking off 10 times a day. No shit. At least 10 times a day. Alright. You guessed. Full Metal Jacket. 1987. You would be correct. Of course, we all are familiar with that movie. Especially the movie dialogue. That was an easy one. Another Stanley Kubrick classic. I don't even need to explain the plot of Full Metal Jacket to you. You already know it. But, you know, a bunch of guys and Marines. It starts off in boot camp and it follows them through boot camp and over to Vietnam War and they end up over in Way City and all that good stuff. And there's a sniper involved and things like that. And, but the book, however, I will tell you about the book a little bit. The book is called The Short Timers. It's written by a man called an author named Gustav Hasford. He wrote the book in the 70s. The book was published and released in 1979. And that's a video game, by the way, that I'm going to probably stream next time, because I really want to get back into that game. Anyway, the book came out in 1979. I read the book multiple times, from start to finish. It is an amazing book. Obviously, the book is better than the movie, but Stanley Kubrick was never known for completely, like following the books that he based some of his movies after. Anyway, just see The Shining as a prime example. Stephen King hated the movie of his book, The Shining. He did not like what Stanley Kubrick, what he did to it at all. But I don't know what Gustav Hasford tweeted was. Full Metal Jacket. Anyway, the book, obviously, normally the book is always superior to the movie, and in this case, it was no exception. The Short Timers was pretty much had followed the same format of the movie. Kept the same format anyway. It started off in the boot camp and everything. It was much more descriptive. They changed the name of the gunnery sergeant in the book. His name was Gunnery Sergeant Gurheim or something. they changed his name for the movie to Gunnery Sergeant Hartford. I don't know why Kubrick did that, but he did it. And I will say that Arlie Ermy, the guy who played the Gunnery Sergeant Hartford in the movie, perfectly captured the character that was written in the book, like to a T. I mean, there was no other person on Earth who could have played that part any better than Arlie Ermy did. The late Arlie Ermy, he passed away a while back. I think it was back in about 10 years ago, I think. I don't know, I'll have to look it up. I'll go Google it later, but I'm just kind of skipping through this dialogue here. Practically have it memorized. Played this game 25 years ago. One game I wish they would bring to the any format. Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics had probably the best storyline with all of the Final Fantasy games. That would exclude Final Fantasy. That's in my opinion. Look at that stereotypical racist dialogue from Barrett. Don't go thinking you're so bad just because you was a soldier. Hey boy. Yeah, I remember this game caught some heat for that. Some of the racial stereotypes that apparently had in the game, and but that was one of the main ones they looked at was with Barrett's character. That's another thing too. Final Fantasy X was what made that game so revolutionary when it came out in 2001 was because it was the first talkie on Final Fantasy. You know, like when the first talkie movies came out in the early, 1930 was the first movies that came out in the theaters where you didn't have to read they were exiting the silent movie era of the 20s. I believe All Quiet on the Western Front, M, and Scarface were some of the first talking movies where they actually had audio. We didn't have to read the dialogue like we're doing here. I don't know which movie exactly was the first ever talkie, but Final Fantasy X was the first talkie in the Final Fantasy series, if not overall in RPGs. as I know, he never stole any classified documents out of like Vice President Joe Biden did. Now, President Joe Biden, he's in big trouble for that, so he's gonna be. Supposedly, probably what's gonna happen is they're gonna 25th Amendment his ass, or they'll get him to retire, or he'll step down graciously. He'll say, I was wrong for what I did, blah blah blah. And of course, the news media is gonna say, oh, look, at least he admits his mistakes. Unlike Trump, who never does, and they're just going to drag Trump's ass through this whole mess that Joe Biden started. That's what's going to happen. You watch and see. They'll somehow they'll blame Trump for this. That's just what they do, That whole side is just ridiculous in how they think, how they justify their criminal actions. Well, of course, as always, by blaming somebody else. They say, well, they can't say that Trump did it first. In fact, Trump probably knew what Vice President Joe Biden had done. He was probably aware of what Vice President Joe Biden had done. Because remember, when Trump was president and he was wanting candidate Joe Biden at the time to be investigated when he made that phone call to Ukraine, the infamous one that got him impeached. He got impeached over a phone call to our current 51st state of Ukraine, President Zelensky. Probably the most profitable work-from-home employee in the entire world right now. He gets tens of billions of dollars from the U.S. for basically, you gotta remember the guy was an actor before he became president. He was a comedian, on-stage comedian, on TV comedian, and then he goes from that directly to be president of Ukraine. Okay, so every word he says is either scripted or, just well acted out. That's President Zelensky. That's why the whole Ukraine-Russia thing is such a big scam. It's a scam on us, American, you and me, the taxpayer. Ukraine is no more a democracy than Russia is. When you think about it, they're both equally as corrupt, if not more so. I'm not 100% sure of Russia's oligarchical, like what their status is, but we know that Ukraine is an oligarchy, 100%. They're not a democracy at all. They're an oligarchy. And I went over this months ago. And I'll say it again proudly. Ukraine is an oligarchy. They are not a democracy. They're run by various corporations, various big bunch of bankers over there and industrial types. It wouldn't surprise me if in the future we find out that Russia was helping to fund the war in Ukraine as well, to keep them fighting the Russian army, just to keep the military and industrial complex in Russia flowing, keeping all the money rolling into the war effort. I would not put it past Russia or Putin, President Putin, if that's what's going on. If they're feeding money to the enemy, Ukraine, the quote-unquote enemy, to keep the war effort rolling, keep the military-industrial complex rolling, keep all the money rolling and flowing. You notice how quickly that FTX cryptocurrency, that whole big scandal, got swept under the rug by the news. They're not really reporting, they're under-reporting is what they're doing. They're trying to not report on it because it was such a big scandal, and it completely incriminated the Democrat Party during the midterm elections, because a lot of that money back into the Democrat Party's election campaign. This is truth. It's proven fact. It's already been proven. And what's really interesting is our senator up here, Lisa Murkowski, is so-called Republican. I call her a Republican in name only. Got a part of that FTX money, and then okay, here, get this. This is, she got busted. She got caught, receiving that FTX money. So she donated that money to a charity up here. Forget the name of the charity exactly, but it was a charity that was friendly to the Murkowskis, like a little cabin community up here, it's like a resort or something. It's like an author's resort, and they have these different cabins up here, like named after certain people, and one of the cabins over there is named after the Murkowski family. So she took that FTX money that she got busted with, and she donated it to this quote-unquote charity that is friendly to her. So it's like she gets a tax write-off for it. So it's just amazing how complex this entire thing is, how far up and down the ladder it went. I mean, you're free to fact check all of this. I don't have any links available for you, but I mean, start doing your research. Keep your eyes open. Your government is not to be trusted. Everybody is lying to you. Everybody that is rich and powerful is lying to you. Just remember that. You and I were nothing. And I wouldn't be surprised if this video gets flagged for all the crap I'm saying. I don't care. I'm not monetized. I have the freedom to say what I want because I'm not monetized. They can't demonetize what's not being monetized, right? So I'm just telling you what's out there. Feel free to look it up and fact check and prove me wrong. Go right ahead. I'm all ears. Keep a close eye on the news and watch what happens to the Biden crime family here. What they're gonna do about what they did, what they're doing. If they're gonna do anything about it, put it that way. I mean, right now the new House of Representatives, which is barely Republican, or barely Republican majority. Watch and see what they're gonna do, if they're gonna do anything about it. So my guess is President Joe Biden, he's gonna get the 25th Amendment used on him. He'll step down graciously. He'll say he was wrong, and the news will say, "Oh, look, he admits his mistakes. He's so noble." And at least he admits his mistakes. Not unlike Trump, who never admits his mistakes. And then then Biden will step down, and we'll be stuck with President Kamala. Kamala Harris will be our president. And then watch everything turn to shit after that. That's my take on the world right now. So. And I'm starting to become very apathetic about everything now. In fact, I'm starting to turn into our good buddy Cloud right here. Cloud doesn't give a shit. And I'm starting to not give a shit either. But you know what? You can not give a shit and yet still be aware of what's going on around you. It's like, I read the Bible, but I don't consider myself a Christian. Put it that way. You can be aware of something without committing to it. If that makes any sense. Romance. I think that's why it took me so long to replay this game, because parts like this. But try to look at it from the perspective of living in 1997. You're living in 1997. Okay, we still use VCRs, like VHS cassette tapes to watch movies back then, right? We still had music stores. We had like Musicland, Power Records. Oh my gosh, 90s were so cool. I mean, it was great to be that age, the age I was in 1997. In 1997, I was 23 years old. I turned 20. Yeah, I turned 23 in November 24th, 1996. So yeah. So my birthday was still a few months away when this game came out in September 7th, 1997 was when this game came out. And I remember Titanic came out, I think, around that same time. Oh no! Titanic wasn't out yet. Titanic came out later on that year in the movie theaters. But yeah, it was a great time to be young. Wife and all that stuff. Go for a better job though. See, the dialogue here, they're going for more of a cinematic approach. Remember Final Fantasy VI, where I mean the dialogue was written better for sure, but you're just looking at a bunch of little sprites like talking to each other on the screen. It wasn't like they were trying to go for a movie aspect like what they're doing here. Hey, 1,500. Thanks for cash, bro. I think more than anything, it's the music that gets tiring on this. Getting over the cold last week. Remember how my Cheerio works? I can't speed it up, damn it. Soccer game had shit back in the day. One game I wish they could bring to the Xbox, Front Mission 3. You never played Front Mission 3? That's one of my all-time favorite tactical strategy type games. And I believe there's a way to live stream on a Twitch off of the PS5. Oh my gosh, I'd almost want to... I can't play my PS1, a copy of it. And I don't think Twitch is on PS3 anymore. I would love to live stream that game. Find a way to live stream it. Man, that game was so fun to play. For me anyway. It had its faults. Read some of the reviews on it. That's actually a lie. That game did have some flaws to it, and it was very linear. It wasn't like an open world tactical strategy game or anything, if one even exists. But it was still really fun. It really didn't give you many options on how to get to the levels. You just had to know how to fight the battles correctly. I really wish it would work that game on the Xbox. That game is very much one of Squaresoft's I do have another game on here I haven't played yet. I bought a whole bunch during they had a big big Black Friday sale a couple months ago. I bought a shit ton of cheap games, old games, and one of them, Tactics Ogre, something, I think like a remaster of that game. There's a version of Tactics Ogre that I have on my Xbox here, and maybe I'll stream that game next. Juggle between my gaming PC and my Xbox as far as streaming games is concerned. And now I have a PS5, which I regret. And also stream games, like live stream games on top of that. Just making life more complicated for myself as always. It's my day off today. Okay, did you get all that? Because I wasn't paying attention. Well, I'll probably never go back to college. I turned 50 this year. I'm interested in going back to school. Not at my age. Yes, let the little girl tend the bar and serve alcohol. That's quite the message, right? Marlene, is that Tifa's daughter? Is she a single mom? If so, good for you. More power to you. All the single mothers out there, we all are aces. Nice to be so bad. I know the struggle. It's no different for men than it is for women. The one main cultural difference, I think, would be that, how do I get upstairs? Would be, that since men are expected to be the providers, we're also expected to be the ones who go to work. Whereas they make it easier for single mothers to like stay at home, be quote unquote, like benefits. Weapon shop. What are you talking about? Yeah, I was collecting child support at one point in life from a deadbeat mother who wouldn't pay me, put it that way. So, and even when she did manage to garnish my cut, so to speak, was very low compared to what I was going to get. The whole child support system is designed. It leans towards the mother versus the father. Very, very mother. If you're a single father, it is what it is. You already have an assault. Wait, no. Ethan does. But it reminded me, she's a gang fighter, right? Equipping your party. But going back to what I was saying, I mean, not knocking on single mothers at all. Not everything. I lived a life in a single mother. So the whole problem is just makes it hard to single fathers. They assume that we can just handle it, I guess. Well, we can't. I mean, they could make things a little easier for us. Who doesn't have the option? Did I find one? Extra bronze, I don't need more. wasn't making fun of people who make a single mother. Or an imaginary single mother. A single mother in this game, anyway, put it that way. My wife and I, we got married. We're both single parents. It's kind of one of the things that attracted us to each other initially was we were both in the same boat. We both appreciate we had something in common. Put it that way. So if you're a single mother or a single father and you're watching this, I wish you all the luck in the world. Much respect for you. Trying so hard and for supporting my kids. Major trip down memory lane with this game. live stream this game, I might as well live stream Skyrim at some point. Yeah, one of those people. I own Skyrim on every single console, PC platform that I own. Like, literally. I even have it on the Switch. Actually, pretty good on the Switch. And upstairs, get out of that building again. A second. Sorry, I had to leave you for a quick second. Just eating my breakfast. Didn't want to sound like a cow chewing my cud right in your ear. of all things that kept me from replaying this game for such a long time, it was the music. It's such antiquated Final Fantasy music. For me anyway. Online and you see all the fan artwork of Tifa, the new Tifa, for the remake. They like it, but she's got one of those big square hooters in this day, I guess. Yeah, see, imagine if I live streamed the entire, I did the entire live stream and the speed turned on. It would just look so funny. Yeah, I remember the remake, I think, did this part different. I'm not sure if I made this far in the remake. The remake's not very entertaining. I need to go back and play. I guess I didn't really like it. doesn't like turn-based games. So now they're marketing towards the type of combat that we saw in Final Fantasy like 15, and then games like Xenoblade Chronicles. We first saw it, I think it was in Final Fantasy 12. Turn-based. Turn-based has got out of fashion. This younger groups, and I'm not saying good or bad about it. It's a shame because turn-based combat, it's the stuff we grew up with as older gamers. Same deal. Things go out of style. They move on. You lose out some things. That's why this version took down memory lane. Off. Some flashbacks. Wow, it's kind of crazy. Slow it down a little bit. I wanted to see her keep an attack, the somersault. I'll speed everything for the ladder. Ladder first. Yes. Didn't happen that fast the first time I... 5